seconds and we're starting. Make sure you're ready. Make sure for the duration of this circuit, you can see and hear me from any position I'm in any position you're in, but you should know that by now, okay? This circuit does not work if you have to keep coming up to the camera. Right. 10 seconds, what are we doing? Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. We're warm, you're loosened off, we're good to go. So this jumping jacks in 3 seconds, you're doing it nice and dynamic, nice and explosive. Let's go. Good. So let's get it done. We're straight in, we're working hard. You're gonna like this morning. Not a chilled circuit by any chance, but probably a bit more chilled for a Sunday morning. It's the big 20, or should we say the big 40? I'm giving it all away now. 20 seconds, keep working hard. Jumping jacks, we're hitting this hard, okay? Variety is the name of the game. Focus on each 40 seconds you're working now. Don't think 20 exercises, just think this one that you're doing. I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. Next exercise is gonna be press ups, but you're gonna get 20 seconds rest. Good. So press ups, I want you to push these hard, okay? If you're borderline between full and kneeling press ups, start full and then drop the knees when you start to hit failure or your rep quality deteriorates. Stand by. Nice tight core, 40 seconds. We're hitting these hard. I would rather, if you can see me now, I'm focusing on a nice steady tempo, focusing on getting my chest to the floor and locking those arms out. Rather than trying to rattle out reps, I'm making sure my elbows are tucked in nice and close to my body, okay? So I'm trying to be pretty streamlined, but the reason for that is to keep these shoulder joints nice and protected. Don't let your elbows wave out to the side, okay? If they go out like that, you're gonna hurt yourself. Over time though, it's a wear and tear type thing. Might feel okay now, but it won't feel okay forever. Right, we're back up on our feet. So every exercise, I want you up on your feet straight away. Drill yourself, okay? So as soon as the buzzer goes, get up. Doesn't matter if you're tired, compose yourself. The next exercise is an elbow plank. I would like you to get down there now, onto the elbows. Get in the position now. Go. Now the elbow plank, we talk about it every time we're in it. It's tough if you do it properly. My feet are together, my knees are together, my hips are not up or down, they're tight. I'm squeezing my core, and I'm squeezing my butt, and I'm keeping my shoulder blades together and relaxed. So straight away, the core's working hard, and that includes the lower back. So an elbow plank is not easy. Problem is people do it incorrectly, well, they're not engaging the core properly, and then they think they're really good at it, but in actual fact, they've got a pretty damn weak core because they never do it right. Stand by, 3, 2, 1. So remember, buzzer goes, you get up on your feet, compose yourself. Next exercise, so this is nice, it's breaking us in gently. We're going for reverse lunge with an almighty thrust. So it's a big step back, vertical shin, that's how far back we step, and then through with a big thrust of the knee, okay? Go. So make sure when you're doing those reverse lunges especially, that you don't lean forwards, okay? So when you reach back, don't lean forwards, keep the chest proud, knee up, big step back, smash it through, okay? So you're using the drive into the ground to get that thrust up. It is not a half-arse thrust, okay? We're up, big breath in, good. So we're trying to make it count. Nice and controlled. Easy, good. Catch your breath. Now, I don't put this one in because people hate it. I put it in because people need to get better at it. Your crab toe touch. We lift the leg straight, which we have to reach, okay? Nothing to do with arm length. You have to reach for those toes. Stand by. It looks like this. Now, I want you to grab a hold of the toes. Now, of course, mobility does play a factor in this one. If your posterior chain's pretty tight, as in your lower back, your glutes and your hammies, you're going to struggle to reach forwards. Okay, so it's nothing to do with the length of your leg or arm. It's mobility related. But it should be tough because that reach forward is also engaging the core, which is why this is a core exercise. The arm that's in the ground, drill it in, push it in hard. It's going to help stabilize you. So try not to just do this. Relax there, up on your feet. Try not to do that. Try to reach. It's better to have a straight leg and try to reach and not reach than to bend the leg up and grab a hold of it for future reference. Next up, it's a burpee, okay? 5 seconds. No jump on these, okay? I want you to focus on the squeeze of the butt. Stand by. Yes, come on. So make sure, doesn't matter what pace you're going at, as long as it's your all out, flat out pace. When I stand up tall, I do just that. I squeeze my butt and I bring my chest up, nice and proud. Focus on your breathing. This exercise should be tough. It should get our heart rate up. And it gets pretty chilled after this to give us a chance to recover. So try not to pace yourself thinking, I better keep something in the tank. You don't need to. Breathe. Now your next exercise is tricep extension. I've got my forearm on the ground. I've got my chest leaning over my hands and I'm pushing my hands into the ground and then I'm dropping down back onto my elbows. Now, pay attention, the forearm, go. The forearm is always back down onto the ground. Now to make it harder, I want you to lean forward over those arms more. Put more weight over your hands. If you do this right, when you push those hands into the ground, it's going to feel hard. It's going to feel tough on your triceps. That's how we know we're doing it right. So if you're doing it correctly, after 40 seconds, you should be close to failure. If you're not, you're leaning back too far, okay? And you can see I'm only on my knees. I'm only on my knees. My feet aren't on the ground. I'm trying to lean as much weight as I can. Up on your feet. Good. So it's a strength one. You should feel that now. Straighten out your arms. Flex those triceps. Do the feel pumped. Good. You've done it right. Next exercise is a sumo squat. We're taking a regular squat stance and going a wee bit wider. Pointing the toes out a bit more excessively. Okay? Go. For people with bad mobility, whether it's groin or ankle, look at your knees. Are you able to pull your knees apart and keep them in line with your feet? Or are they looking like me? Look at me now. If you look like this, you need to bring your feet back in a bit closer. It's not safe for you to continue doing sumo squats. You're putting too much strain on the knee. So when we're doing sumo squats, point your toes out further than 11 and 1 o'clock. What we should feel working here is you should find that you're a bit more vertical with the body, but you're working the glutes more and you're working the quads more. So think about that. Good, fantastic. Next exercise is a Superman. Now remember, with a Superman, everybody, our arms are straight, straightish, and we're lifting up and squeezing everything, okay? So it's not a dorsal raise where it's just upper body. This is full body, okay? Stand by. We lift up, we pause, and we release. We lift up, we pause, we release. I don't want you to look directly forward, okay? Don't be looking like this and throwing your head back. Keep the head fairly neutral, okay? And we lift up. And what we're trying to do is get it so that just your pelvis is on the ground. Up, squeeze, you're gonna feel it in the lower back. You're gonna feel it in the butt. Great strengthening exercise, this one. For the lower back. Lifting up, squeeze, down. Trying to always go as high as you possibly can. And then when you get to that pause, up on your feet. When you lift up and you pause, you're trying to take it even further. So it's not just a case of stop, it's stop, pause, trying to take it further. Right, we're doing heel taps. When you're doing heel taps, as in this, make sure you put your feet so it's challenging to reach, okay? So don't just put them here, go like this. Put them further away, side to side, okay? Now look at my upper body here. My upper body's off the ground. It's just my lower back that's in contact. So straight away, just from holding that position, I'm engaging the core massively, okay? But I'm side to side in as well. So I'm starting to engage these obliques. Well, putting a lot more strain on the core itself. So make it challenging. So you actually have to reach for your heels okay? And it's not just a case of wobble, wobble. So you're trying to keep the same height off the ground while we do these side twists. I can feel my breakfast moving around. Good. Fantastic. Up on your feet. You know the drill. Right, this next one is just about getting the heart rate up. I want you to focus on the shoulder press. So we're jogging fast on the spot, like quarter knees, but I want you punching. Imagine you're doing shoulder press. Can of beans, 1. Can of beans, 2. Don't do this. Go up and down. Get that going first. Think about the arms. Once you've got that movement pattern going with the arms, get the feet moving fast. Get the feet moving fast. That's it. Work hard. Push yourself hard here. Make sure you're locking out at the top and you're pulling these hands all the way down to the chest. Elbows underneath the hand, remember. Not this. If you look like me now, pull. Keep it in nice and tight. Good. Fast as you can here. It's not a warm-up, folks. Come on. Move those feet faster. Punch the sky faster. Pull those arms down faster. Good. Well done. Good. Great exercise, this one. It's like mobility meets a core exercise. It's what X plank. Look at the start position. I make an X with my limbs. I reach across, down. I reach across, down. I reach across by lifting my hips up. Stand by. So you get back further. You get back further by lifting the hips higher and reaching across. You should feel a damn good stretch. And when you come down, remember, we don't let those hips sag. So we have to engage the core. And if you're doing this properly, as well as getting a stretch, by lifting and lowering the hips, you're going to feel those cores engage. Good work, and hopefully you are. Keep those arms nice and wide. Keep it an X. Up on your feet. So it's a good exercise, that one. It gets you moving, it gets you mobilized. Next exercise, it's where broad jump bunny hops, the heart raiser. We're going to squat down. We're going to jump forwards. We're going to land soft. 1, 2, 3, or possibly 4, back to where you started. Get ready. If you don't have the room, all I want you to do is bunny hop jump squat. So you're going to jump squat, land, and give me 4, okay? If you don't have the room. The idea of this is going to blow the quads out. So if your quads are burning, you're doing it right. If you're not, you won't feel the quads burning. So try to sit into a semi-squat as you do your bunny hops back the way. Control the descent from your jump. That is also going to hammer the quads. Good. Walk around. Next exercise, we're doing crab dips. Crab dips. Now look at me now. What you must not do is lift the hips up more to get more range. This is a very short range of movement. Go. So we're keeping the shoulder blades pulled together. Okay, it's a very short range of movement. It's going to burn. Don't lift your hips up to go further, because if you do, what happens? You place a tremendous amount of stress on your shoulder joint, okay? So if you're doing these correctly, you'll feel the shoulders just about to get a good stretch, and then you're punching up again. And if you are doing these correctly, they're going to burn like hell. 10 seconds. So this is us just building up pure lactic acid in these triceps. And again, after that one, flex those triceps, okay? Lock those arms out and squeeze. They're going to feel pumped. Right, next exercise, it's a flutter kick. You know it well. We're going to be lying on our backs. You've got 5 seconds. Stand by. You can sit on your hands if you like, but you don't have to. Now, flutter kicks should be nice and neat. Straight legs, legs close together. Okay, a lot of the times, people use flutter kicks and they're like this, okay? Type of person doing back crawl in the swimming pool and making an absolute mess of people swimming around with their perms, trying not to get them wet. If you're that person, you need to tidy up your legs, okay? We keep it nice. Do, 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 do. Like a little boat engine, okay? Controlled, straight legs, heel to toe, straight legs. Push the knees down, lift the feet up, and relax. We're back up. Good. Right, now we're going to go for squats, regular body weight squats. You're going to focus on the best possible squats you can do, okay? In fact, let's take it up a notch. Let's do squats with a leg lift, okay? So we're going to squat down, lift the leg up high, squat down, lift the leg up high, go. So that leg, if you look at me now where I've got my hands, the reason I'm doing that is because that's where I'm aiming every time. Central, it's coming up central. Coming up towards my chin. And that's as high as I'm trying to go. I'm trying to lift it high. You're going to feel the core work. Now what you mustn't do is start falling forwards. Okay, keep it tight, chest proud. Lift the leg, squat down, lift the leg. You're bringing the knee up to the chest, not the chest down to the knee. Fantastic, good work. Next exercise, an old favourite. It's our plank jacks. Tight position. It's a press up position. Jump out and we jump in. If you lift the hips up like I am, you're not really doing anything, okay? Better than nothing, but you're not engaging the core. Go, out and in. As you jump in and out, you'll feel the hips up and down slightly, but the idea is you're trying to do it with no movement. So try your hardest not to let these hips, and look at the speed I'm going at, okay? I'm not going crazy. I'm thinking about control. I'm feeling my core work, okay? I'm keeping my hips down. My legs are straight. If you're up like this, okay, the core is not activating. You should feel, at this point in time, your core's now getting tired. 5 seconds. Relax, up on your feet. So a great core exercise. And if you don't feel your core working on it, it's because your hips are high. And that's where sometimes you don't even know your hips are high. Remember, your body's going to make things feel normal. If things aren't quite right in your head, it'll feel normal. When in actual fact, it's not. Knees to chest. So it's always a good idea. Some of us don't like doing it. But to exercise side on in a mirror or face on. See how you're actually moving, okay? You might be moving majorly ski whiff, but your brain might be compensating. So then things feel okay in your head, and then you see yourself and you're like, oh my word, I'm squint. Good work. A tough one, this one. A burner, but we like it. Good. So yep, someone's probably thinking, oh my God, my core wasn't even burning as much as my legs or in here was. Okay, that's normal. You might just be tired. Right, next exercise. Oh, crab kick-ups. We're liking the crab position today. Right. So when we're in this position, keep the shoulder blades pulled together. Kick up one. Now remember, these are dynamic. These are explosive. We're trying to push your hands into the ground. Flick the feet. Imagine the ground's red hot and you're trying just to get one foot on the ground at a time. I want you to get in a position where you feel the core working, whether that's high legs or whether it's you pushing out. Okay, whatever works best for you, that is what you go for. Should feel the core working. Tough wee position this. Oh. Mountain climbers now. So we're getting a good bit of core work towards the end of this. Mountain climbers, again, they may get done incorrectly. Full press up position, that's where our hips are at. Knee, knee. If you're up like this, go for it. If you're up too high, you're not going to feel the core engage. We're trying to pull the knees up towards the hands. And be as dynamic, as fast as you can, but keeping the control there. So again, a tough exercise. And these triceps are going to be tired. So you're going to feel the arms. Arms are going to be burning. But you've only got 10 seconds left. Good. Right. I want you to get up. I want you to walk around. And I want you to take 60 seconds to shake yourself out. Good work, everyone. So in terms of effort, you gave that run through your absolute effort, 100%. You gave it your all. As far as intensity is concerned, you're working, your heart rate's up, your muscles are aware that something's just happened to them in the past 20 minutes. But in terms of intensity goes, it's not that bad, is it? And you know, I'm not saying it's easy, but at this moment in time, you shouldn't feel like the world's about to end internally. But maybe you do. However, what happens now is, I can't do two things at once. What was I saying? In terms of effort level on this next run through, stays the same. You give it your all. In terms of intensity on this run through, it's going to go through the roof. Okay? Not because you change anything, but because I'm changing something. Okay, we're going to go from 40-20, so 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, to 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, which means you're going to push yourself hard as you were, but with only 10 seconds rest, this is going to be fast. So it's going to take half the time, okay? But because we're getting much less rest, it's just going to be boom, 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 relentless, 20 exercises. First exercise is 5 seconds. So you push this hard, you'll feel it hard, you'll feel yourself fatigued, but you keep going. 3, 2, 1, jumping jacks. 10 minutes. 10 minutes this run through is half the time of the last one. The intensity should be much higher. So when you feel yourself struggling, don't be alarmed. Keep going. You just keep working as hard as you can on the exercises, but maybe you push yourself a wee bit harder. 10 seconds. Next exercise, press ups. You've got enough time to set up. So as far as getting up after every count, don't. I'll tell you the exercise, you get set up and you go. Press ups. So this time, we're going a bit faster. We're getting more reps done because we know it's only 20 seconds. It's half the time. So you can handle it. Let's get it done. Good. From here, shake the arms out. Elbow plank, get into the position now. Elbow plank. Don't bother setting, just go. Because the buzzer's away, there we are. Nice and tight. Squeeze the core, squeeze the butt. Enhance the elbow plank. Don't just rest on your laurels. Squeeze it, apply more tension. Fatigue the muscles faster, make them stronger. Keep going, 3 seconds. While the going's a bit easier, up on your feet. When the going's a bit easier, focus on your breathing. Reverse lunge with a thrust. 3, 2, 1, we go. So we're still, as you can see, keeping that control, keeping that balance, keeping the chest proud. So the speed doesn't really change for many exercises, but for the likes of dips and press ups, etc., crab toe touch, there's some exercises that you can really go for. Crab toe touch, remember, it's better to try and reach and not be able to get it than to just do this. Okay, don't do that. Reach. If you can't get a hold of it, as long as you're reaching and you're feeling like you're trying to reach, that is where the magic's at, not the toe touch, just by bending the leg. We have to have that reach. Good. Up on your feet. Breathe. Burpees. Gonna get the heart rate up. 20 seconds, go. No jump. Lock those hips out, get that chest proud, and then go straight back down. Don't think about how hard it is. If you push yourself hard for 20 seconds, you won't even notice that you need to breathe until the 10-second rest comes. Oh man, right, good. Right, we're down. Tricep extensions. So, onto the elbows, lean forwards, over, pump the arms. Make them hard. Lean the weight over. Your elbows should always touch the ground. Down, punch through the hands, down. Okay, keep it going. A tough one, a strength one, so focus on your breathing. Well done. Next exercise, shake out the arms. Sumo squats, nice and wide. Point the toes out, but only go as wide. Only go as wide as you can maintain. So if your groin's majorly tight, don't let those knees cave in. If they're caving in, you need to bring your stance back into a happy medium. We're not putting excess strain on the knees here. So we should feel, well, you would have felt the butt working a wee bit harder there. Next exercise, Supermans. Yes, it's 20 seconds, but we're still up. We're still squeezing. We're still squeezing at the top. We're still squeezing. Down and straight up again. Down and straight up again. And each time you go up and pause, remember, the pause just means we're trying to go higher. Good. Well done. Next exercise. Heel taps. Heel taps. We're flying through it. So I'm lifting off. I'm lifting off with the core. Side tap. Side tap. If it's too easy, move your feet further away. So you actually have to reach. You should feel that reach. Working the core harder. If you don't, your feet are too close to your butt. Keep it going. Keep as much of that upper body off the ground as you can. Good. Next exercise. Up on your feet. Shoulder press. Jogging on the spot. Not jogging, sprinting. Go. Can of beans. Each hand. Pull the elbows down, not out to the side. Think about the feet. Move them fast. Get these elbows pulled all the way down. Keep them tucked in. Good. Come on, 5 seconds. Nearly there. 3, 2, 1. Good. Leads us nicely on. X plank, that's how we should look on the ground. X, go. Lift the hips up, reach across. Don't make it easy for yourself, okay? Try to make it so that the reach across is hard, but get there by lifting the hips and dropping the hips. Lift the hips, drop the hips. Feel the stretch, but feel the core engage. Feel that core working. Good wee exercise, this one. Good. Next up, broad jump, bunny hops, or if you've not got the room, squat jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. So the only difference is if you don't have the room, you're just doing the exact same thing, but on the spot. We should feel the quads burning, getting tired. If they're not, you've not got the knee bent enough. Oh, right. Crab dips. You go for this now. Very short range of movement. Stand by. We're locking the elbows out, but just, only just. Okay, we shouldn't feel that snap of the lockout of the elbow. Get yourself into whatever position you can to make it feel like you're getting the best bend of the elbow you can without putting strain on the joint of the shoulder. Oh, stay where you are. Flutter kicks, down we go. Sit on the hands. Remember these flutter kicks, little boat engines. Yep, you've all been in one of those little boats. That's what the feet are doing. Not splash, splash, splash. If you were swimming, you would just see a little bubble of water where your feet are. Good. That's more productive, more economic. It's not the first time you've been taught how to swim, not in the water, right? No, squats, squats with the knee raise, go. Squats with the knee raise. Wonder if there's such a thing as learning how to swim but not in the water. Can it be done? I reckon it can. Muscle memory. Good. Plank jacks. Now remember what I said about these plank jacks. The core stays where it is. Jump out, jump in, minimize the movement. You should feel the core getting hammered every jump in and out as it works hard to not let your hips dip. If your hips are too high, you ain't gonna feel it. Especially when you bring your feet. Especially when you bring your feet together. Right, sit back down. Knees to chest. A tough one, always a tough one. Go. And it's always the one people always ask me, is it normal for your quads to burn? Is it normal for your groin to burn? Is it normal for your hip flexors to burn on this? Absolutely. They're engaged, okay? Yours might be burning because those muscles are already pretty damn tired, either from this circuit or from yesterday or the day before's workouts. Good. Stay where you are. Crab kick-ups, you know it. Let's go. Flick the toes, I mean. Okay, we're locking the knee out. 1 foot on the ground. If you've got both feet on the ground at any time, you're not going to feel the core work. We need that in balance. So switch the feet, quick as you can, good. Mountain climbers. Last exercise already, everybody. This is good, we're getting a wee sweat on now. Mountain clip, go. Mountain climbers, chest proud, hips down. Your hips are down far enough where your knees would almost scrape the ground, but they're not quite, okay? Make sure the hips aren't too high, and you'll feel the core working big time on this. That's why I hate them. It's a tough exercise. Okay, up on your feet, walk around, catch your breath. So everybody, 30 minutes of work there, obviously including my little rest periods. So hopefully that felt a bit more intense than the first run through. But overall, hopefully you felt you got a bit of everything. I like that, we get variety, and it's a classic case of Tabata. You get your exercise, you get your time, and it's down to you to knock your pan in, whether you choose to or not. That is your choice. Thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Now remember, okay, take the time to cool down, and that doesn't mean stand in your garden until you're freezing. Okay, restore your body back to normality.